Why, hello and welcome back to another episode of Voice of the Rings. I'm your host and guide, Zollin Ironshield. We're on a LOTRO tale today, right where we left off in the last episode. So, we'll continue on our story here at the eaves of the Murkies, I believe they're called. Here in Lothlorien is the other side of the Anduin, and we are assaulting this fortress. It is not Dol Guldur, but we're trying to take another one to basically invade Mirkwood that is controlled by the Necromancer, or, as we all know, Sauron, later in the story. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk to.
For good or ill, we now have no choice but to embark upon this journey.
For good or ill, we all have no... Blah. I am glad that you see that you survived the opening stage of our assault, Zollin. It is thanks, in no small part, to your efforts that our advance upon Dol Guldur has been only lightly impeded by the servants of the enemy. Our forces now advance through the forest of Mirkwood to claim Emin well to the east, but there is much to be done before we reach it. Gird yourself well, for your blackest of terrors yet stand before us. Invader of Mirkwood. We got a cool new title. Sweet.
The Golden Host is ready now to begin the passage into Mirkwood.
The Golden Host is ready now to commence the passage into Mirkwood. It was not easy, Zollin, but we have made the crossing and expelled the orcs from their fort atop Omin. Oh, I got this one, got me last time. Agended. I don't know, whatever. I'm messing up. The Golden Host is now ready to begin the passage into Mirkwood. I hope we are not wrong in this. A great deal is at stake.
We have made the landing, but now the second party must cross.
Now you must return to Imlad Lathlane and tell... I can't get her voice. Hold on. This is a weird one.
We have made the landing, but now the second party must cross.
We have made the landing, but now the second party must cross. Nah, not quite.
We have made the landing, but now the second party must cross.
Something like that. Now you must return to Imlad Lathlane and tell Brelinkin that we have seized our first foothold across the river. It is time for the second party to cross, for it is they who hold the stealthy undertaking of bringing Mazog to Dol Guldur in the trade for the dwarf prisoners. The launch officer, Kalengoth, launch officer, man, this guy really wants his sandwiches, near the boats will ferry you back to Lothlorien. I will see to the rest of the preparations necessary for Adchad Sirion to serve as the camp for our first excursion into Mirkwood. Excursion sounds like a nice vacation, yeah. No, it's not. Alright,
My services are devoted to the fall of the enemy.
That is good, because if you told me you were working for Sauron, I would have to kill you on the spot. Just kidding. Oh, that's a cool looking helmet. I can't wear it, though. Is that better than mine? Nope. It's amazing how good the Rift gear is. Or not Rift, excuse me. The Moria gear. From the Watcher. I just realized I should have sold this stuff before the video. Okay, well, let's see. Gloves, are those better than mine? Not quite. They have a cool 3.4% tactical crit multiplier, which is something they don't really do on gear anymore, and it actually is really, really strong. So I'm kind of tempted to not sell it, just for now. I will decide later. That's what we're going to do. Oh, I want those for crafting. Thank you. And you can take all that. Perfect. And, that was weird. We didn't get any, cash sound. Do you notice that? I'm going to log out, log back in. Ready? Baruch! Kazad! Is there anything different?
Stay a moment.
Stay a moment. We took the orcs by surprise when we landed and quickly routed them into the forest. However, we believe they may either have another camp nearby or are preparing a retaliation assault. Ah, there's the music in the background. For we have recently seen goblin scouts on occasion. We have dispatched our own patrols to find their camp, but have thus far been unsuccessful. If you Scour the Murkeeves for these elusive scouts. Perhaps they may carry some clue as to their camp's whereabouts. They have a mystery of stealth, so it may be difficult to find them. Also, you should speak with Zollin and Farnuliel here at Achard Sirion. They may have other tasks for you. Oh, I'm now the task boy, am I? All right. I guess I should say the task dwarf.
Stay a moment.
Stay a moment, Zollin. It is good to have you come. Our forces swept through this area like a storm, but we were unable to signal our kindred in Lothlorien that all went well. If you would, I have a task for you. Take this banner to Falgur, the ruins of an orc tower overlooking the Anduin to the south of here, and brace it with stones. Surely you will find a suitable pile of stones there. When our banner flies for our kindred to see, return to me. Alright, we're giving them the old banner wave. We got it, guys! Alright. My back just started... it's pinching. I got a pinch in my back. It's making it hard to do voices. Okay, we're okay. We're alright. Excuse me for the interruption.
Megavonen.
Megavonen. Megavonen indeed. Here's another one. Alright. Farnuliel.
Will you lend me your ear?
Will you lend me your ear? If you have a moment, Zollin, I would speak with you. Our forces landed recently upon the shore and drove off the orcs after a mighty battle. However, many dark creatures have been seen lurking upon these shores still. Many wargs and kraken roam the Murkeeves, undoubtedly spying on the enemy, for the enemy of Dol Guldur. The eyes of Dol Guldur must be blinded to our movements. If you would purge the kraken and the wargs from these shores, I would be most grateful. Be wary upon your task, for goblin scouts also roam the beaches, and may ambush you. I thought you said abuse me. Oh yeah, because they want to kill me. Yeah, that's probably worse. Alright, so chapter 1 says talk to... I think we need to go back over to Lothlorien. Yes, we do. So let's go back to the Boatmaster and continue chapter 1. Plans of the Golden Host. Here we go. Alright, where's the Boatmaster? Thank you. Alright, we're back over here at Lothlorien. They wouldn't just land me on the beach. They had to, you know, go all the way up into their little parking area. They're like, no, we can't land on the water, the side of the water. The river is too strong. All right, here's the main guy who originally planned stuff.
The first crossing was a success then. Good.
That means it is time for smaller company to cross Anduin. I will bring you to meet them. After all, you will be assisting these elves with the transport of Mazog to Dol Guldur, and the way will be fraught with danger. Let me know when you are ready, and I will introduce you to them. Look at that view in the back right there. So that is not Dol Guldur, that's a different fortress, but again, like I said in the previous episode, they've updated the rendering distance, so you didn't used to be able to see over the river like this. So it's really beautiful too. It's much better graphics far away too. So kudos, very nice indeed. All right, let's continue on here.
Are you ready to meet the party responsible for bringing Mazog to Dol Guldur?
Responsible for the dangerous undertaking of bringing Mazog to Dol Guldur. In exchange for the prisoners, I will bring you to them and make the introductions. All right, sounds like a plan.
The golden host of Lothlorien has crossed the river Anduin, but now a second smaller party must follow in its wake. These are the elves of the Hidden Guard, chosen to bring the prisoner Mazog to the gates of Dol Guldur.
Lord Celeborn and Lady Galadriel have determined that the elves of Lothlorien must stand allied with the dwarves of Moria, as long as they once as long ago they once did. They have selected a number of elves to oversee the passage of Mazog through Mirkwood to Dol Guldur, where the orc will be exchanged for the prisoners held by the enemy in that fortress. I will bring you to these elves, this hidden guard, as they make their preparations. This way, Zollin Ironshield. I will introduce you to the hidden guard. How do you know where they are, though? They're hidden. Okay, it was a bad joke. The hidden guard is comprised of 5 elves, chosen for their skill in valor. Valor something. You too will be the member of the hidden guard. I know your help will be invaluable. Allow me to introduce Radir, Sigilleth, and Archardor, 3 members of the hidden guard. Alright, Radir. It's Radir, I would assume. It is a pleasure to meet you, Zollin Ironshield. I know that you will be a great asset to us upon this errand. If we are able to bring the orc leader to Dol Guldur with the hope that we can exchange his freedom for that of the dwarf prisoners, we must do it in secret. Our numbers are not so great that we can resist a determined effort to take him from us before reaching the fortress. Megavonin, I am Sigilleth, Zollin, and I know already your deeds. You are welcome to accompany us upon this errand, though I have my doubts as to its wisdom. It is a sorrow that the dwarves have lost their own to the cages of the enemy, but this is the way of war. Returning Mazog to his allies seems indefensible to me. If Lord Celeborn and Lady Galadriel see value in it, it is not the place of Sigilleth to question. Yeah, don't question it. Okay, who's this guy? My brother, Fengaris, was slain by orcs that came down from the mountains following the company that sought refuge in the Golden Wood recently, and I dare say to end Mazog's life myself. It pains me to know we must turn him over to his allies, and I have argued long against it already. I petitioned Lord Celeborn to let me accompany the group transporting the prisoner, but he denied my request. Only once the Lady Galadriel spoke to him did he change his mind. I do not know what she said, but I am grateful to her for it. Now I will keep a close eye upon Mazog for the duration of the journey, and if he gives me the slightest reason, I will take my vengeance upon him. I thought you elves were above vengeance. Oh. The elves of the Hidden Guard were chosen for their varied expertise in a number of areas. Sigilleth for her skill in melee combat, and Radar for his expert tracking ability. Were it my decision, I might have let Archardor join the main force of the Meladrim rather than the Hidden Guard, given the recent tragedy of his brother's death. But I am sure Lady Galadriel had her own reasons for speaking on his behalf, and believes he will be an important part of the Hidden Guard. I will bring you to the rest of the company, Zollin. Come with me, Voice of the Rings. I will blah 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 blah. We'll introduce you to Isiriel and Kulcheron. Isiriel was offered the strategic oversight of the Golden Host, but she turned it down. I do not know why exactly, but I believe she thought others might be better suited for leadership. Alright. Welcome, Zollin Ironshield. We are the Hidden Guard, formed by the order of the Lord and Lady, and it is our mission to bring Mazog to the gates of Dol Guldur, there to trade his life for those of the prisoners held that fortress. Secrecy is our watchword, and surprise our ally. Isuriel has told me already of your great deeds. I know you will be a vital member of the Hidden Guard on this journey. Okay, this, I believe, is the person that Gandalf mentored for a while in LOTRO, right? In the story of LOTRO, right? She's like the lore master. Megavonin, Zollin. It is good to see you again, and I welcome you to the ranks of the Hidden God. The knives of Sigilleth, the bow of Kuchuron, the path knowledge of Radir, and the strong will of Archardor will see this mission through, and the friendship between Mori and Lothlorien will be stronger for it. Let the enemy quake when he learns of the approach of the Golden Host, and he will think nothing of the Hidden God until we be at the gates of Dol Guldur and demand the prisoners kept there in exchange for the life of Mazog. Cool. Okay. It will be my pleasure to guide the Hidden God across the river on this, the first step of the journey. May it end in victory. Alright. We're now entering the Murk Eves. Oh. Here we go. We have made the crossing, Zollin. The dwarves should be already with their captive. Let us greet them and discuss the plans for the journey. This way, Zollin. The dwarves must be just ahead. I hope Rowan and the dwarves understand the importance of this errand's secrecy. The dwarves of the Iron Garrison are not known for their subtleties. The dwarves and their captives are just ahead. I fear that they have been waiting a while. Hail, dwarves of the Iron Garrison. I am Radir of Lothlorien. You already know my ally Zollin Ironshield, a minstrel of great worth and bravery. We do. I am Browen, son of Broga, and they're all the brothers of the Greyhammer. We got to Dol Guldur to trade the Orc of Mazog for the freedom of my cousin Bori. I am to understand you know the paths of this unpleasant forest. I know the way of Mirkwood, for I taught them long ago. To the very foundations of Dol Guldur, the elves of my company, the Hidden God, will bring Mazog there by these paths. You will not make it a league. The orcs of Mirkwood will descend upon you and free me. Be silent, filth. Gatur, Gambojo, Bagu. Quiet, prisoner. He is frightened, though it not be of us. Thank you, so you think so, Iziriel? It is the strength of we dwarves that frightens him. Surely it is. No, Browen. Mazog is frightened of being brought to Dol Guldur. Why? But why? Are his allies not there? What could cause his fear that place? That makes me all the more eager to bring him there. Let him quake upon the road. Come here, Zollin Ironshield. At last we underway, Zollin Ironshield. If you have faith in these elves, this hidden god, then I will as well. May our journey through Mirkwood be swift, and our return trip to be a swifter, with Bori and the other captives hale and healthy. Let us see the camp these elves have made. There will be little in the way of the dwarf comforts here in the dark woods, but I will do the best I may not to complain. A great journey awaits us. Cool. Alright.
For good or ill, we now have no choice but to embark upon this journey.
It has now begun, Zollin. For good or ill, we have no choice but to embark upon this journey. May both armies of the Maladrim see victory in the end. The rescue of the prisoners held by the enemy of Dol Guldur, and the delay of an attack out of Mirkwood upon Lothlorien. We will do all that we can to see both of these done.
The success of the Hidden God's errand will depend, I think, upon secrecy.
The success of the Hidden God's errand will depend, I think, upon secrecy. We must ensure that the orcs of Mirkwood do not learn that Mazog's presence beneath the eaves, or they will surely launch an attack upon us in each such a number, we cannot repel them. To the southeast, we are 2 forts, from which the orcs of Mirkwood maintain a watch over this part of the forest. For my Rise to War friends, 2 forts away. Oh, that's pretty far. Search any coffers you might at Madhal Yulur and Asher Zul Malufulug. Oh my goodness, that's a mouthful. For orc communications, and defeat any of the Talgosh you find in the Murkives as you do. If you can return to me with any plans of messages that mention Mazog, we can determine how to proceed. If they are aware that we have brought him out of Moria, we may need to act quickly to survive. Alright, cool. So, there's a lot of story. It was a ton of story. That was super fun. So we kind of know what's going to happen now, and we got some more quests to do, but we will do them in the next episode of A LOTRO Tale. Thanks for being here, everybody, and you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day in Middle-earth. Thank you to my Patrons for their support. Thanks, Skumley, for being a Royal Guard. I appreciate the support, my friend. And if you guys are also curious in joining our little community on Discord, any level of Patreon gets you in a Discord, even the lowest level. Subscribing's there. That's free to support the channel if you are interested, if I did earn it. We do lots of Tolkien content here, but of course, LOTRO is my canvas. I love to use it. Next episode's up there. Another playlist is over there. You guys have a great day in Middle-earth, and I've also got links to a bunch of social media and stuff down there as well. So check them all out. Have a great day in Middle-earth. Baruch Kazad, Kuzad Menu. You're also welcome during live streams to join our kinship. So here on CrickHollow, the server CrickHollow. So just come on over and join us. We got a big kinship. See you then.